What's feeling you up good? This is Pokefoff here, coming at you with a black and white Wi-Fi battle, here with an OU battle. And the team I presented you today is something I like to call the OU Offensive. This team is made up of probably the greatest offensive Pokemon of 6th generation, and every Pokemon in this team was designed to actually counter all the other Pokemon of 6th generation, all the big threats like Terrakion and Mamoswine, Landorus T. So I think we're going to jump right into the battle, and I hope you guys enjoy. So here my opponent's going to lead off with the SPN. I'm going to lead off with Loomer the Breloom, and this is a, I believe, Life Orb Breloom, so it's really powerful. And my opponent here is going to start Calm Minding off on turn 1. That's dumb. Don't. Rule of wisdom. I'm pretty sure I've already said this before, but I'll say it again. Don't set up turn 1. It's not going to work. So, well, yeah, so don't. So my opponent takes me out with a Sword Power. Whatever. I got Spookshire here. Spookshire is a timid, choice scarfed Gengar, and it was created so that way it could outspeed other jolly choice scarf Terrakions. So pretty much it's there solely to revenge kill, and it does it quite well. So now my opponent's going to go out to its Dragonite as I get up my Stealth Rocks. Good old Heatran. Heatran is really good. Also in 6th gen, it was a really good Pokemon to beat, like Volcarona and other Pokemon like that. Whatever. Sorry, I don't want to get behind in the battle. So I'm going to fire off some Bullet Punches here with Scizor, because Scizor takes on Dragonite pretty well. And I'm just going to keep firing off those Bullet Punches. I am Choice Band, and my opponent decides to Roost and Dragon Dance. If you can't tell by now, my opponent has the theme of a bunch of Setup Sweepers and 2 walls, as we'll get into later. Well, maybe just a wall and a support Pokemon, but whatever. Plus 2 Earthquakes, not going to be able to take out my Scizor, and my opponent's going to unfortunately be able to Roost up to max health as I try to break through the Multi-Skill one more time. That was pretty much the purpose of my Scizor, because guess what? Even at +2, Dragonite is slower than a Choice Scarf timid Gengar, and I'm going to take it right out with the Ice, Hidden Power Ice. And now I'm going to have to bail out of there because my opponent realizes I'm Choice Scarf. I can't do much to Volcarona, except that this thing's got Roost, and it's got Quiver Dance, because everything sets up. Kind of learned this by now. And I'm going to set up a Wish, and I stay in for, I believe, a couple turns, thinking I can maybe take it down with Scald or something, get a burn, but of course, I kind of forgot it was also Fire type, so you can't burn it. Volcarona is a big old threat. So, eventually you're going to see, yeah, I am going to switch out to the Heatran, and I think I stated earlier this is a especially defensive Heatran, but not only that, but this is a Heatran that does not run Roar. I decide to instead run the Toxic, I think Toxic's the one that's weird. I think most Heatrans don't run Toxic, but this is a Toxic stalling Heatran, as you're going to see by me using Protect, and that's what makes this Heatran so good. It does dual status. It can get off the Lava Plume if it needs to and get a burn. If not, it can also Toxic stall out those Fire types like Volcarona. And as you're going to see, this is a little bit of a stally section here. Volcarona flat out can't touch Heatran with like anything, so I'm just going to keep going for Toxic, the off chance it wants to switch out to Mew or whatever. I probably should just kept using Lava Plume or something, because every time I protected, my opponent just uses Quiver Dance, so it was kind of a waste of time, and I guess a waste of Protect PP that I could use for later that I don't actually need for later, but you never know. So eventually this Volcarona does go down, so let's just leave that happen. And I believe I don't Protect here. I use Toxic because, well, Toxic's going to take him out this turn. The off chance switches out. Cool. New Toxic. So down goes Volcarona. The next Pokemon I have to deal with here is the Mew. And I didn't know what to expect from this Mew, so I decided maybe I can throw down a Toxic on it, but it instead has the Taunt. So this is some sort of lead support Mew. And as you'll see here, it's going to go for its own Stealth Rocks. And the best I can do here is really just get off a nice Choice Scarf Shadow Ball that doesn't take out Mew because of its great natural bulk. It's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, so I see in its moveset it's got Will-O-Wisp, Stealth Rock, Taunt, and some other move. It could be anything from Roost to Psychic to actually hit something. But we'll see what that move is later on. Now here, I was a little afraid to switch out because most Scizors at the time, they might still carry Pursuit. But I switch it anyway because, you know, I really can't do anything. So I go out to my Vaporeon, and you know what Vaporeon's great at? Getting Scald Burns, and that's exactly what this Vaporeon does. And this is my actually mixed, bulky Vaporeon. It has a little bit of special defense investment, it's got a little bit of defense investment, so it can really come in on any attack it needs to. And I also kind of knew that this was a Swords Dance Scizor by the sheer fact that everything else is setting up, so why not this one too? So that also helped me believe the fact that it would not have Pursuit. So I guess I was a little smart in doing that. And here I'm just going to go out to Heatran because I realized that at +2, well, even at +3, it can't really do much to Heatran. Also the fact that it does not run Super Power because it is a Swords Dance variant. So I'm able to stay in, get off a Lava Plume, and down goes the Scizor. Now my opponent is left as a Ferrothorn and a Mew, and guess what? Its fourth move is Soft Boil. So you know what that means? That is 4 non-attacking moves. So because of that, I'm going to do something here that pretty much seals the game, and that is going into my Garchomp. And this is a sub-Swords Dance Garchomp. This was before the days of Togekiss, so it had great coverage. And that will be the game, because my opponent forfeits knowing that I can't really touch this thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. This was a battle against something I like to call a team I don't like to battle, because I don't like setup sweepers. An entire team of them. It's obnoxious. You have to keep finding ways around them. But that's what the OU offensive does. It just breaks through everything, and that's its goal. And I'll see you guys next battle.